All right, welcome guys. This is Coffee Break. This is Liam behind the desk of It's Just Coffee. We just had the boys behind Mount Beyonce come through. And
the Mont Blanc, but yeah, famously the Mount Beyonce from certain customers in there.
That's it. And I know that I'm now part of that list that wants to try this revolutionary drink.
Absolutely.
I loved it. How did you guys feel about it?
I thought it was great. I had no expectations going in. I didn't really know the boys, so I didn't know how that was going to be, but I thought it was great. And I'm pleased to be doing this new segment called Coffee Break. We're just going to do this bit of a recap of the past episodes, bit of a chat just between the boys so we can get down with what's happening, a bit more of the personal stuff, and also a way just to connect with you guys, connect with the listeners. We want to hear questions from you. We want to get you to kind of email in, send us voice memos, send us questions, whatever it is, and kind of feature it on. Maybe, it'd be cool if we get to a point where we actually have people calling in. Like if we can set the time we're doing it and we can give them a buzz.
Yeah. Do that, get a prank call.
Get them live on the air. And also, we've got our producer, Liam. I like this idea. We've got a mic. He's behind the cameras right now going, but he's got some good questions. He's always like trying to mouth things to us while we're in the middle of recordings, tell us when we've screwed up the pronunciation of something. So we've got him a mic so he can chat with us. Liam.
That's it. I'm going to be the voice for you guys. So, maybe we can even, once this becomes a regular part of this, I can read the questions to the boys from the week before, and we can, if you've got any direct questions for the guests, we can kind of direct them to, our two beautiful hosts here or to the guests.
All right.
And,
I was about to be like, ease up. He thinks he's running the show, but then he called me beautiful. So now I'm back on. Keep going.
Keep it going. No, but happy to be here. And that's right. I don't have the ridiculous amount of experience that both of you have. So I'm going to be the voice of you guys. When it gets too deep in the sauce, I'm going to be the one that, kind of comes through and might ask, what does that mean? What does the lactoferment mean? What does all these things? Because, even just from the conversation before, we were jumping into mixology with cocktails, and I was like, wait a second, I love a Negroni. What's this?
Yeah, tell me about that.
It's an interesting blend of experience that those guys had. Like you said it well. Like there's not many places that combine that a nighttime thing with a daytime thing. Very well in Melbourne. I feel like they're one of the exceptions, but they've kind of blend in that you can get a coffee here later at night.
Well, it looks like they really had to kind of evolve that offering. It looks like they did try to do the cafe transitioning into a restaurant a cocktail bar. And it sounded like they struggled. But the cool thing that I saw with those guys is that they were going to evolve, adapt, and change. So they kind of went, we want it to be these two completely different experiences. And then they went, no, the cafe experience is great. Let's just merge that into night, continue selling the Mont Blanc, continue doing that. And it feels like it's just boomed and going off for them.
One thing I took away from it as well is they both came from Little Rogue, which is a very well-known coffee shop, very popular coffee shop in Melbourne. And it's kind of like one of those Darth Vader to Obi-Wan Kenobi situations where it's like, now I am the master. And, they've kind of, I'm not pitting them against each other, but they've done very well for themselves.
Yeah, unbelievably well. And after meeting them, because it's like I kind of saw just the online hype that is the Mont Blanc, the Mont Beyonce kind of taking over. And I kind of didn't have an idea of the guys behind it. And so coming in, they were both quite quietly spoken, but very articulate and very, obviously different vibe of us just going off like hard level here, but them being super, super calm in that. I mean, they were even saying like after the show, they were like, oh, it made us a bit nervous. We don't do as much of this. We were contemplating sending a text message saying that our car broke down and we couldn't make it in. But they were lovely and they were so happy that they came and we had a great time with them. But I can't take anything away from them because you can see that there's so much care put into what they're doing. Early on, they're like, we've cut out drinking because that's not the part. We're taking care of our health. We're taking care of our business. We're taking care of our work. And you can see that dedication pays off, that when you put in that time, those guys are in there 7 days a week. How do you do that? That is insane.
And credit to that as well. I'd like to see more young people that, they're young. They're not even 30 yet. And they're doing this. They've got a great business and they're kind of thinking, look after yourself sort of thing. And that's kind of something I like promoting out of this podcast that we do. It's like, all right, well, you come here for the coffee. It's just coffee, but you leave with that little snippet. It's like, all right, these guys are having a crack and they've decided to cut something out that's like been a big part of their life.
Yeah.
I think, as just a voice on that, it's like we are always talking about how it's just coffee, right? We're talking it down, but it's not just coffee. It's not just coffee, you know. There's so many parts of the service where it's like it's not just you're not coming just for the coffee. You're coming for the person behind it. You're coming for the community, the space, the places that these people, you guys create, you know.
I was talking to my brother this morning, and my brother's a professional bodybuilder. He's been successful in business, and he's kind of thinking.
Does he have an at? Can we look him? Can we get the fans to look him up?
At Mike Pearson.
Oh, he's a big boy. You've got to look it up right now. Don't turn the podcast off. Just swipe up on your phone, switch over to Instagram, and look it up.
But I was asking him how he manages his day because he has to train at an elite level. He has to work, and then he trains other people as well. Like, I love what I do. And so he does some big days, but, just he really looks after himself and he doesn't drink. And, that was one big takeaway for me. I guess it's unique to me, but I guess like learning that about them was interesting.
Yeah. The connecting factor amongst everyone who's succeeding and doing well seems to be not drinking. So maybe absolutely. The way to go and the way to take that. Question, what does your bodybuilder brother do as a job?
So he's started 2 different supplement companies.
So it's connected within the bodybuilding. Yeah. I was just going to say, I'm imagining this guy. It's so good. It's like he works in like sales at Arnott's and just this like giant beef machine in like a little cubicle, like showing up to the meetings. You got all these people sitting around a desk and he's just taking up like 2 seats at the end of the table. But no, supplement companies. That makes sense.
Yeah, so selling supplements, and he's enormous. He'd honestly be one of the biggest people in Australia, muscle-wise. And then he does training set, like personal trainer for people that want to train with him. And he's working a lot all the time, and then obviously training himself. So
amazing! What a story.
Yeah, and he's had quite the journey. He was quite a troubled teen, and then gave up alcohol. Doesn't drink, gave up. Everything and sort of focus on that. So he's a unique guy, not very PC, but he's a good example of how you can really turn your life around for sure.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Has he got like history in hospitality as well?
None. He was a skater. Then was a little shithead of a teen, and then turned his life around.
But your family does, because your sister works with you, right?
Yeah, my sister works with me. Yeah.
Nice. Well, when are we getting her on the pod? I want to hear some stories.
Yeah. Never coming on the podcast.
No, should definitely get her on the pod. Yeah. One other person was just, as you said that, it just popped into my mind. This is cutting back a bit. You were just talking about those guys being young, putting in the time, putting in the effort. There's a guy I want to get on the pod, runs a cafe in Adelaide called Homeboy Coffee. And he's just started doing little like vlogs every day of kind of like opening a cafe at 18 or opening a cafe at 19, working on a busy day. And it's just kind of behind the scenes, and it just absolutely thrashes it, kills it. Hundreds of thousands of views every video. It's not even in the main like city of Adelaide. It's out there. But he's a sweetheart. He messaged me the other day, and we started kind of following each other, and he was very kind in that. And he'd be a great person to get on and talk about it. Because also the side of like online and like the comments, like even though it blows up and I think young people love it, you have a bunch of like old people like calling him like a Nepo baby, telling him this stuff looks crap, telling him this and that. Just because as soon as you get a video that's that big, there's always just going to be that dark side of the internet, nasty stuff coming on. And as I'm seasoned. I got a few years under the belt, so I kind of take it all in stride and know that when I make videos that are meant to be a little bit controversial or conversation starting, I know just to like tune out. But it'd be interesting talking to him about his journey starting that up and also dealing with that kind of online pressure at such a young age.
One last thing I'd like to ask you about the podcast is, what did you take from it? What was like one thing is like, did not expect that, wasn't something I was going to ask, but I got it anyway?
I think the interesting side of just talking about like the world of coffee, it's really made me want to travel more to really see that side. We're doing a bit of travel later this year. I really want to get to Seoul. Japan. I want to see that kind of world and just see where that growth in coffee is happening. Because I agree, maybe Melbourne, it all feels a little same, and I haven't really seen much change since I left Melbourne 12 years ago.
Yeah, and just elaborating on that, same thing, and the extra hot takes. Like, we don't think people aren't doing a good job.
I think, we're being controversial to the point of like bringing up this statement, but there is the truth there. I think everyone's doing great. I think it's a
tough time to be in hospitality as well.
It's a very tough time. Everyone's killing themselves. Everyone's working really hard. So there's so much love for everyone in that industry. I think I could relate it to looking at like Italy and espresso, and they're like, we make it the espresso. It's the best espresso. It's this. And they had a way of doing it. And it was amazing when they came up with it. And then they were like, that's how we do it. And it took, people, Italians immigrating to Australia for it to mix cultures, for that evolution to come and move and all over the world, different places, to see the changes in coffee that really made it something special. And I think maybe that change just has to be somewhere different now again.
Well, I mean, that's a good spot to finish that one, I think.
Yeah, I will just say this is our first one. We do want to get you guys kind of reaching out to us, sending in your questions. It could be a voice memo. Keep it short, under 30 seconds if you need to. You could also just send a written one and let us know. You can send an email to hello@itsjustcoffeepod.com. What a URL. What a site.
Yeah, looking forward to hearing from you all as well. Looking forward to making you all a part of the podcast. And we've got some plans to do live podcasts in the future as well.
Oh, yeah. I'm excited about that.
Good.
Sizzle that for next time.
We can get like a town hall going.
Yeah.
That'll be good. But
and Kirk, I love doing this with you.
Yeah.
It's so much fun.
Yeah, it's a good thing to like. It's something I look forward to every week. It's like, all right, today's podcast day. So.
Yeah, it's a nice chance to, it's stressful. You put it all together, but it's nice to catch up with friends and have a chat.
Put it there, Governor.
We'll see you next time.